You can't take my phone and search and seizure warrant. You can't do that.
Sign here. One more time. Right there.
Hold up. What was that one?
Sign right there. That's page 2. This is page 3. Sign it.
Violation.
Hey, sign it, Zach. You're going to your jail. You're going to jail. Now sign that thing right now, or you're going to jail.
Arrest me. What is it for? I
You're
don't
not going to arrest
understand.
you. I'm going to issue a case.
Violation. It is order.
If you violate this, you got to go to jail.
What is it?
Sign
I'm not
it.
understanding.
It's your probation form.
It's your probation form, you idiot.
Well, what does it
Sign
say?
the thing.
It is order
Okay.
of violation. I'm trying to read it first. You read before you sign. Everybody in their right state of mind knows that. What
If
is
you don't
it?
sign this, listen to me. Focus a second.
What?
If you don't sign this, you're going to jail for 60 days. Do you understand that? Sign it. That's for your probation.
What is it about?
That's
What
for
is
your
probation
probation.
about?
You can read it after you sign it.
I can read it after I sign it.
Yes.
Zach, it's the warnings that if you violate your probation, you can face jail time. That's what that is.
What about all this part?
Sign it.
What about that? It says order.
Okay, Zach, I am really tired of
I
dealing
can't
with
be.
you.
It says here.
You've
What is
got
this part
5
about?
seconds to sign it or you're going to jail, and I'm not kidding this time. This is your last chance.
Am I pleading
Complete.
guilty to something?
Sign
I don't
it.
know what I'm
Yeah.
signing.
I'll pick up your car later on. There you go. You want a copy of this?
You got my what?
Give me
My
his
phone
phone.
back.
You want a copy of that, Zach?
What?
You want a copy of that? You should probably get a copy.
What is it a copy of?
It's about your probation. It's your probation order.
And are magistrates allowed to threaten people like this in the uncivil state of West Virginia?
Here, I'll get you that copy. Okay, Zach?
That was close, buddy. That was close.
Close what? Yeah.
I almost sent you to jail.
And you're lying? What about your lying? It's an automatic mistrial. You didn't complete the discovery packet.
What did
You
I
should be
do?
fired for what you did.
Talk to
You
Jeff.
should be fired.
Talk to Jeff.
Jeff, about what? He said not to do it.
Fired.
You're a
Stimulus
sick
had just
man, you
passed.
know. Karma's going to come around.
What did I do?
Karma is going to come around.
What, Zachary, I offered to dismiss all your charges several times. If you would just
No, you didn't.
Go and have your competency evaluated.
That's a biased crime right there. I just caught you in.
And then
Where is the SIM card from inside my other camera
And then I offered
to a competency evaluation?
I also offered to dismiss all your charges several times if you just plead to a few.
This your copy, buddy.
And what is this?
That's what you just signed.
He just wrote all that stuff on there.
It's about the probation.
He just wrote all that on there. What does it say? What is all this writing on here?
It's your probation order. These are your terms of your probation.
I had, what vehicle was I driving, John? Tell me, because this is an absolute mistrial. What vehicle was I driving?
The jail sentence is suspended. You're placed on unsupervised probation.
The
for
jail
2
sentence.
years.
In 2 years, how many other people are created equal get that?
Defendant is not to drive any vehicles of any kind for 2 years.
Well, too bad I'm driving away from here. What are you going to do about it?
I'm not going to do anything, Zach.
What vehicle was I driving, John? He said he didn't pull me over. This is an absolute mistrial. You're costing the taxpayers of West Virginia here $2,000 some on jury fees because it's going to be an appealable case.
You have to pay the jury fees, buddy.
No, I do not. It's an appeal. You're paying double jury fees now because it's going to be appealable. It's a mistrial. It's a mistrial. You lied to the jury and told them that I did know discovery packet. There was a discovery packet motion. I pulled it up and showed it to
We had
him.
no discovery to give you. We've told you that several times.
How can you press criminal charges on a person without
On a citation, there's no report. The state police do not generate a report on a citation. We gave you everything that was in my file. I can go get my file. And
I asked for the camera in the camera recording where he didn't even pull me over. Yesterday, they pulled up behind me and started shit with me. My vehicle wasn't even moving. And they said we got reports that you were weaving all over the road and parked
You're
here.
not allowed to be driving because your license is suspended.
Nobody was driving. The vehicle wasn't even moving. And that's on camera, and it's going to be something good to show the mistrial jury that you're corruption.
You're not going to get another jury.
And why did they pick today? Is it because
your appeal is to circuit court?
Yeah, and it's a mistrial. It is a mistrial.
They just read the transcript. We don't even have a hearing.
It is a mistrial because no discovery packet was produced. You're threatening me with jail time, 60 days and all this probation shit. You did not give me an attorney, and you have to give a person an attorney on a jailable offense.
That's not me, buddy. I got nothing to do with your attorney.
Yeah, but you should have quit right there.
Maybe if you were nice.
Your job, hold up, 3.8, I think it's B, is supposed to have an attorney present.
Maybe if
You should be fired for not following that one.
Maybe if you were nicer, you'd have an attorney.
You should be following that.
You're mean to all your attorneys.
I'm not mean because I know more than they do. I outsmart them all.
Well, maybe you should try to be humble then.
I don't have to be humble to nobody. You're the one puts the hate in me with your bullshit, your fakeness.
I haven't done anything.
You should never. So how will you testify to Rachel Cipollati in the Office of Disciplinary Counsel for me not having an attorney present, and you know that I'm supposed to? That's 3.8, I think B.
I will tell them
Or
exactly
C.
what has happened.
And that's legal now in the United States that you get no attorneys and there can be indictments and never be endings. All this stuff's happening out of the uncivil state of West Virginia.
My understanding is the circuit judges cannot find anybody within 90
That is
miles.
wrong. That is wrong. It is their job when they can't find anybody within this radius, in this area that's registered. They have to go out of county, clear to Charleston or the top of the state, anywhere, and find me one. It's their job duties.
Well, you need to talk to them about that.
And one did, but you should not have proceeded. You should have said, hold up, this is a mistrial right here, and walked away because you didn't produce the evidence. You didn't have an attorney present. That's 2 violations. President Trump, again, how fucking dare you say that we have a great justice system in the United States? We have no justice system.
He tested positive for COVID last night.
Who?
President Trump.
It's all fucking bullshit. Are magistrates, do they have immunity to it?
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I think if you've had it, you probably have some immunity.
Do magistrates, why do they not have to wear the Muslim face mask law and the face diaper, but everybody else does? He did. All right, here is 25 days later, October 27th. You see my vehicle go there, and you'll see me get out of the vehicle, out of the passenger seat, and I ran up there and was trying to find somebody to record my funny 747 coming out of the court, judge screams at a traveling skunk video. I ran up there and then I disappear. I knocked on that door, but the camera doesn't pick me up. I'll repeat it one more time. There it comes at 12:36. And then at 12:45, you see Mike, his hand on the steering wheel. Look at his coat. I ain't got no coat on. You just see me get out of the passenger seat. 3.8a, a prosecutor shall never press charges on a person without probable cause, without evidence. John Wright, persecutor who sold his soul trying to have me false arrested. Where in the fuck's evidence at I'm driving a vehicle? There goes Mike. One more time. Zoom in. You see a driver's side door opening anywhere? This is the second ghost that you've seen driving my vehicle. You know, where they claim that I'm doing it and there's nobody even in it. The driver's seat, that was the other video. I'll put it at the end of this one again. And then this 3 vehicle charges in Marion County I've got for driving without a license. Or I'm not even in the vehicles. The one was with the motorhome. I was laying underneath of it. Neither one of the vehicles was moving. Screwy Louie got arrested, spent 20 days in jail, and wasn't even driving the vehicle. He was directing traffic. I was underneath of it. The brains of the operation, the mechanic, trying to fix it and figure out what was going on. And then you got this issue here, and then the other issue, it'll be after these videos here where you'll see them tow my vehicle away. Who would not want paid for this kind of shit right here going on? We are under a bigger threat in the United States of America by police and governments than we are any terrorist overseas. That's going to be my goal. said she didn't know what it was for. It was for a financial affidavit for the appeal of that case. And I have an attorney appointed in Kanawha County now, so he can handle the rest of it. There's the time. I'm going to walk away real soon. In Marion County, West Virginia, or other counties, if you're wanting to run for magistrate and have a better chance at winning, do not choose Division 1 because everybody thinks number 1 is the best, and you have more people running for that one. That's why Dirty Missy Pridelinger keeps winning, because she chooses number 4, and there's nobody even there to run against her. So now, viewers, you've learned something valuable from Mr. Half a Brain, who's smarter above and beyond all others. There's the dirty Magistrate Mark Haynes, who set my bail at $200,000 for going to go get honorable child porn possession, Judge Thomas A. Bedell's criminal record, and set Alan Heater's bail at $20,000, who has evidence that he raped 2 kids. See how corrupt and sick these dirty fuckers are? There I go, right there. I was going to look for Michael. I thought he went up to the library, but then I'm not allowed in there because I was processing all my work there, and they don't want me processing thousands of pages there, paying for it all, but they just don't want to be losing. And I was going back to Alexander Place where I thought he was, looking for him, and then never did find him. He was up at the Friendship Room on Adams Street. And come back later on and find him. He's like, I went looking for your vehicle and it was gone. What? Where'd it go? And you're going to find out what happens. I'm accused of driving. You see me get in the passenger seat, see me walk away. Now you're going to see what happens. Remember, corrupt Jeff Freeman false imprisoned me for 14 months. I was arrested the night before the state of West Virginia had to respond to the jail injury lawsuit where I paid an attorney $7,500. And the persecutor, Jeff Freeman, told the jury there really is no evidence. I don't think he should go to prison. Tried to use the Democrat excuse, medical excuse, saying, oh, I think he needs hospitalization. That fucking hospital needs shut down for Social Security fraud, Medicaid fraud that they're doing in 200 inmates' names. These sick-ass, dirty, corrupt sheriff's departments in West Virginia are stealing the Social Security funds from the inmates. They are put at the guardian ad litems when they say that they're incompetent, and there is no such thing as a standardized test for competency. All 200 slave laborers that they have right now in the fraud institution called Sharp Hospital, the FBI could go there and say, hey, prove this girl or this guy ain't competent. Huh? They don't have evidence to none of this, that they are incompetent, because there is no such thing as a standardized test for competency. All the corrupt politicians need arrested for operating this kind of fraud, and the people that are there doing it firsthand. Big sting operation needs made on these people. But the state of West Virginia, watch here. As soon as the dirty, corrupt Jeff Freeman's write-up will be underneath of this. As soon as that, he was in there watching out the windows, organizing this fraud right here. As soon as it pulls in, he runs out the door. There it is. And look who comes out the door. Yeah, we're going to steal his vehicle, and we're going to put an arrest warrant on him where he goes to jail for 60 days because me and my law cult has put down that he's driving. Unfortunately, we can't steal the $10,000 cash bail and make ourselves rich, but we will steal his vehicle and impound it. It cost him $265. And we will masturbate while he sits in jail for 60 days, and I do not have to respond to the father of the two drug lords, Federal Judge Alloy's lawsuit, where Zach is suing me right now. And you're going to read all this below here. You can click on the links to Jeff Freeman write-up, and we're going to see if that dirty witch, Rachel Cipollati, who needs fired, if we had a real legislative body in the state of West Virginia, they would remove her for being so fucking corrupt. She responded in emails to me that she never received the Jeff Freeman write-up, which is a fucking lie. The day he got it, click on the video link underneath here, and a gunman came to my house that was meeting with Jeff Freeman. John Morris saved me. If he wouldn't have been there, I would have been shot that day by a man who had gun charges as a felony, 5 felony charges. And, you know, they don't care. They wanted me to be killed the same exact day, the 29th of either July or June. I'd have to look up the 911 recording. 6 bullet holes after we left was from the inside of the house, next to the house that I was fixing up, shot towards the house. The bullet holes were not inside on the floor. You'll see the shattered window. These are corrupt, dirty people, and when you're owed millions by state governments, this is the shit you go through that you should not be going through. When you vote for me for governor in 4 more years, I will have $1,500 set aside. I'm going to fix all this. There's going to be a prosecutorial team, mandatory. You got your law degree while in prison, and they are going to be punishing every person that is a corrupt judge, corrupt lawyer, corrupt police. Oh, if I fast forward it to where it leaves, and you'll see them towing it away. Who would not want paid for this? Being accused of driving, having your freedom of travel rights suspended, and if you're caught going to jail for 60 days, I think everybody on the earth would want paid for something like this. I already requested the county commission's insurance papers to start that claim. Ain't got it yet. He needs to be arrested for not giving it up within 5 days. Today is the 5th day. I already called the Sheriff's Department Deputy Davis and reported that one. We're going to see if they do their jobs. If not, I should be paid more. The West Virginia Legislative Claims Commission has not responded to a motion for mediation where we work out an agreement of how much I should be paid, or if they'll lease me the state property and pay me, or they're going to pay me the full payout of compensatory. They've not responded to that. They've not responded to the motion for conflict of interest, where Bowles Rice is the mafia, corrupt mafia. They are the governing body of the state of West Virginia. They have law firms all over the state, and they have different legislative people. A bill needs introduced where not so many people from one business can be a governed body. It's corruption. And they've not responded to my cross motion. That's the day my YouTube channel got shut down. In the morning, I turned in a cross motion. You'll see the screenshot. That's a big slap in the face to the dirty fuckers at the Attorney General's office who forged AIG papers. AIG represents the state of West Virginia. The reason the Attorney General of the state of West Virginia forged those papers is because if they would pay out the millions that I'm owed, it would have to, my whole case would have to be restarted, in the circuit court. That's the reason he did it, and you'll read the professional cross motion, which is a slap in the face saying, bitch, you provide the evidence that is supposed to be there that is not there, and you're saying my case should be dismissed. So, and then the 47 seconds of Bowles Rice was shut down. Or that's what also my YouTube channel was called Copyright and Monetary Usage, where the 47-second conversation on my last video they were saying was wrongful. It takes a while for that tow truck to leave. And 3 more minutes, I'm going to speed it up. There you go. In just a little bit, you'll see the tow truck come. There's corrupt city police officer. Yeah, we'll steal that vehicle. It sucks I couldn't get part of my $10,000 here today cash. And there's the corrupt, one of the corrupt bailiffs. That's not the one, female that did the false accusation, false police report. But, you know, the more false, fraud, wrongful things you do in the state of West Virginia, the more you're appreciated. If you need to start doing Social Security fraud, move here. My federal case will be case law that Social Security fraud is legal for governments to do. If they do not rule in my favor, there it goes. Something interesting I can tell you guys, good to know, is go to Napa. Some of them have spray cans, like $20, $25 for spray paint. Same color with your car. Fix it yourself. Now, John wrong, John right. Where is the evidence that I am driving any vehicle? You say you're not trying to hurt me, or you didn't sell your soul to the state with doing evil, corrupt things as persecutors do on a daily basis in the state of West Virginia, the highest felony conviction rate state in the nation, most corrupt state in the nation, fattest state in the nation. In Marion County, West Virginia, you get a phone call, hey, the man that's owed $16 to $30 million that was arrested while entering a courthouse, scheduled to be there, and is right now, Washington, D.C., is scheduled to be in a courtroom tomorrow before 2 o'clock, or I'm arrested. And the same magistrate that is saying that I need to be present in a courtroom for an unscheduled hearing, just says I need to come by and sign papers, convicted me of trespassing. They're alleging they got a phone call that a vehicle swerves. They don't even know who's driving, didn't even pull us over. We're sitting here parked right now, and they pull up and say they got a phone call.
They gave us your plate number, bud.
So now, so I can call in I can be a police officer of the United States and just call in any phone number that a person swerved, and you're going to rush right and start harassing them? I mean, this shit is crazy what they're doing right here. They're making their own laws, America. It's time we fight back against these people. Keep it up, all states rioting right now against these kind of demonic humans right here. So now you can call into the police of West Virginia anybody's license plate, and they're going to rush right there. He was asking me who was driving this vehicle. He just asked me. He was not driving. I don't know who was driving. This invisible person right here was driving my vehicle. Nobody was driving this vehicle. And, you know, it was just this invisible ghost right here was driving. Shit is fucking crazy. Washington, D.C. They put October 2nd down that I have to be in a courthouse before October 2nd or at 2 o'clock October 2nd, a capias is going to be issued. It's not even a scheduled hearing. And they're threatening to arrest me for a capias. Why do they pick October 2nd? Because that's the day the husband of the biggest drug dealer in the state of West Virginia has to respond to Washington, D.C. Who is that? The Attorney General of the state of West Virginia is married to the biggest drug lord within the state. Mexican drug cartel, will you come here and stomp him out and him and his wife? And bring better business here, Mexican drug cartel. I appreciate you. ISIS, Jihad, Al-Qaeda, China, come here and steal money from the United States of America's reserves, federal reserves of Medicaid, Medicare. State and federal fraud is legal here. The shit you put up with here is absurd. They asked me, I wish I could have had that recorded, who was driving this vehicle. Nobody was driving it. It's sitting here parked.
We're good.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You weren't driving. You can drive back to the house because the invisible person here
He's not even running my license.
walked away, and that guy, what was his name that was driving? We don't even know who it was. Who was it? They just took off as soon as you broke. I didn't even know that they were harassing you.
Yeah, they was harassing me. They asked me where my driver's license was, and I said, here, run them. And I gave him my name. He says, I'm not going to run them.
It's total bullshit. They didn't even pull us over. You weren't even in the vehicle when they pulled up, was you?
No, I got out. So
I
he
know.
pulled up.
Did they were pulling up, and they didn't even have lights on or anything, and then...
I'm gonna climb in.
That's my buddy Donnie. They didn't... Donnie, do you see the way they're predators towards me?
I'm walking out.
Listen, they get a call saying that I'm drunk underneath the influence on alcohol, and I give him my name and everything for my license, and he says, I'm not even going to worry about your license, Connor, because I know your license are valid.
They say somebody
called.
Somebody called.
I sat over there on the steps and it's like, what the fuck's he got going on now?
It's everywhere I go, they're predators towards me.
And I know who called.
If anybody even called, they just start this shit. They start this shit everywhere in West Virginia. Towards me. I am the radar in the state of West Virginia.
I know who called.
Yeah, but now, America, you can just randomly call up anybody you don't like and say, hey, that person was weaving around and they can get pulled over.
They let you go, so apparently everything is cool with you.
Yeah, everything's good on my end. I'm fine.
They asked me who was driving the vehicle. That's the funniest thing ever.
I told him, I said, listen, I was driving. He says, I know because you just got out of the passenger seat. I'm not going to run your license because I know they're valid. So, why in the fuck run them? I told him, I said, look, camera, I'm on camera. This is Damien. I told the cop, I said, go ahead and run my driver's license. And he says, Mr. Connor, I'm not even going to worry about it.
Yeah, I come around the fucking corner and I seen the cops there and I seen the Jeep sitting there. It's like, oh, what the fuck are they going to do now?
Now they can pull you over. They can
pull you over for sweeping, I guess.
They can just pull you over for sitting still and start shit. I mean, these are sick
I
bastards.
went over and sat on the steps and just kind of watched for a minute.
As soon as I got the camera out, they ran.
Yep.